Hey guys, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you thumbs up the video and please share it on all your social media networks that you are currently on. All right, well, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope all of you are doing well. Yes, I did not record earlier in the week like I normally do, but yeah, I was I don't know, I had a rough week and yeah, a little better. I'm glad I'm enjoying my weekend now. And if you notice, I'm a little nasally. It's because I think I've caught some kind of bug. Yeah. Yep, it got me. And the weather changing constantly. I'm in Chicago, so we got crazy weather. But yeah. So if I'm a little nasal tone, excuse me. I'm just yeah. I started with scratchy throat a couple of days ago, and then the nasal. It's constantly coming out. It's draining. So I'm like, okay, hopefully I won't be full blown sick. So I'm working with it. I'm working on it. Anyway, okay. So yeah. So this video is about my rough start of my week. It started like about a week ago. It started off on a high note and then it kind of went to a low note, unfortunately. Okay, so there was this guy who I met about 4 years ago. So I met him about 4 years ago up at the L station, the Dan Ryan where I normally go every day. Okay. So I'm always in the train station. I catch the train to work. So I met him like 4 years ago, right? Okay, so I meet him and he tried to holler at me and get my number. And I gave him my number. And it was so funny because, like, he was attractive. I found him attractive. But you know how you just, like, I was still in college. I was, maybe like early 20s. And I kind of was like, not super feeling him. Girls, we all had that experience, right? You're not totally there. You're not totally sold. Like, you're like, I don't know if I'm really all that interested in, I'm kind of, because I had this phobia, this thing of meeting men at the train station. I did, because I hadn't had the best experience with that. Like, it's always, every time you meet a guy on the bus or the train, they always ain't about, basically, right? So I was like, who is this? Like, whatever. And he looked clean and decent and, he dressed nice, so, but I was just like, whatever. I just gave him my number. So we talked for a little bit, but it never developed into anything. It never went to a date. Okay, so but even after that, I kept seeing him around. I kind of blew him off, but I kept seeing him around even after that, and he would like always come up to me and approach me and like, oh hey, how you doing? And and I thought he was kind of weird. Like, okay, I blew you off. Like, why are you checking on me now? Why are you saying hello to me again? And it was just weird, But I was like, okay, hey, I was like, he's just a nice guy, whatever. Boom. Fast forward 4 years later. Last Saturday or the Saturday before yeah, I want to say last Saturday. Okay, so I had went to a networking party that Friday evening with me and my friends. So we had went to a networking party. Mom came pick me up. Got in like maybe a little bit late, and I had to get up early though the next morning so I can go to work downtown. I get up. My mom drops me off at the station. And I crossed the street. I saw a man standing there across the street, but I couldn't tell who he was at first, so I wasn't paying no mind. I get across the street, and so all of a sudden, I'm out of my own business, in my own world, just like I thought I was gonna be late for work, so I'm focusing on getting to work, and I hear somebody say, "You still look good." I'm like, I'm sorry, like who? Who? I turned around and even now I looked at his face and I couldn't really tell right away, but I knew him. He was like, "Hey, real me?" And I was like, "Oh." Hey, he was like, yeah, he's like, I remember you used to always get rides and everything for your mom. I was like, oh, hey, how are you? And he actually remembered me and everything like from 4 years ago, and I thought that was like absolutely amazing, And we got to walking and talking, and he asked me, did I have a man yet? And I said no. And he asked me how old I was now. I said I was 26, and I asked him how old he was. He's 35, and he asked me was that too old for me? I said no, not at all. And he was like really shocked that I didn't have a man. He just was telling me he found me so cute and attractive, and he didn't understand why I didn't have a man yet. So I'm like sitting here like I am now, all gushy and smiley, and I was just like, oh, so flattered. And it was just weird because at first I didn't think it was going nowhere. I thought he was just checking in on me, just again as usual, just saying hey. And he was like, okay, he was like, well, let me get your number, right? So he put out his phone and took down my number. He's like, is this the right one? So I'm like, yes, it is. He's like, okay. He actually remembered my name too. I said, okay, and my name is Lisa. He's like, I remember that too. I was like, okay, all right. So he said, okay, so I'll talk to you later, cutie. I was like, all right. Okay, so the day goes on. So he said he would call me Sunday because he asked me what my good days were. I told him I was off on Sundays and Mondays. So he's supposed to call me on Sunday. Now he didn't call that Sunday. And I was wondering, like, okay, I said, I don't know if he gonna call or what. I guess he'll call, but I wouldn't. I was trying not to worry myself. We women, we like, is he gonna call me? He said he called. You know how we get. And I'm like, I'm not about to be that girl. So I'm like, I'm a career woman. I'm focused. I'm driven. And I know that God, if this man is the one, if he is, then it is. And it's so, and God wrote this love story. I'm letting God write my love story. So I'm like, look, it's already written. It's already perfect and done. I don't need to worry about nothing. I let it play out, right? So I'm like, worries shouldn't be up in this. I'm like, I shouldn't be worried about anything. I'll just let him prove himself. Okay, so he didn't call Sunday, but he called Tuesday. Fair enough. Okay. He calls Tuesday evening. So we talk, and he's like, hey Lisa, I just wanted to touch base with you, and I just want to know, so you say your good days are Sunday and Monday. I said yeah. And he was saying when I went, basically wanted to spend some time with me. I said okay, we have to hang out. And he's like, okay, that's what I'm talking about, so let's hang out. I said okay, well maybe we can maybe grab some coffee. And the reason why I said coffee is because I was trying to keep it safe, meaning like I want to make sure we had chemistry. So I didn't want to do a big elaborate date with him and we don't have chemistry, right? So I'm like, well, how about we, do some coffee? And he said, what's your time frame? I said, maybe an hour, because if it's a bad date, I can bail. It's easier to bail on an hour than it is to bail on an evening. It's hard to get out of a whole evening. You can get out of an hour thing, It's only an hour of your life. So I said, okay, an hour, and he's like, oh, okay. He's like, well, an hour. He's like, well, I was kind of, I really want to get to know you better, and I was, hoping maybe you had a little more time than an hour. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, well, maybe we'll do lunch then, because lunch typically takes more than an hour. So I'm thinking we'll go to the Applebee's, the one on 95th and Western, right? Because not far from my house. So I'm thinking, okay, we can go, I said, well, maybe we go for lunch. And I said, okay, I'm leaning more toward, I had forgot Sunday was Mother's Day at first. So first I said Sunday. I said, well, I go to church first. He like, that's fine. Give your time to the Lord. I'll be here, whatever. Then I said, you know what? I'm leaning more towards Monday. Let's go for that Monday 4:30. He's like, okay, that sounds good. Monday at 4:30. So we had solidified a time and day. Monday at 4:30 p.m. Okay. We solidified a time and day. Because I don't like to be wishy-washy. Okay, you want to show the man you're serious, so you need to be firm, and that don't be wishy washy. Okay, so I said okay, and that's another way to let them take control when you won't have no type of you just all over the place and he gonna come in and take control. So I said yeah, well Monday 4:30. Okay, so he's like, he told me what type of work he does. He does tuck pointing and painting and cuts hair and everything. He do a little barbering, and he said, well, I make good money. Money's good, and he said he can take care of himself and provide and everything, and he asked me what type of guys I'm interested in. So I said, oh, well, I like a man who's honest, responsible, confident in who he is, patient, kind, loving, some other stuff. I said, he's like, okay. He said, yep, that's me. And he's like, you seem like you deserve that kind of guy too. He's like, some women deserve that kind of guy. I think you deserve that kind of guy. I was like, oh, thanks, So I look at him just buttering me up like a roll, right? So I'm like, okay, so we set our little date up and everything. So he's like, okay, I look forward to seeing you. I said, I look forward to seeing you too. Okay, so next day, Wednesday, I'm at work, so he texts me, like, as soon as I get back to my desk. So I told my coworker all about it. So my coworkers, my friend at work, I told her about it, and she's all happy for me, and everybody saw how geeked and excited I was. I mean, I was just so, like, my cheek was red, I was just blushing. I was like a new person. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I got a date. Oh my God. And everybody was happy for me. It was crazy. So I told my little crew about it, And I mean, they were happy for me and they were just trying to give me tips like, okay, you make sure you find out about them, maintain control. Don't feel like you got to give up nothing, find out who this guy is, and all the things I was thinking anyway, but they were just trying to make sure I, stay level headed, and he had texted me like, "Hey, Lisa, what you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey," I was like, "I'm at work right now. How are you?" He's like, "Okay, I'll call you later." That's Wednesday. Okay, so I'm like, "All right." So later came. I didn't call. I didn't hear from that day. It was late anyway when I got off, so I figured I don't want to call me anyway real late because I'm like, I don't do late phone calls. No, we don't do that. So guys, set your standards. Set your standards. I'm like, I don't do late phone calls. So I didn't hear from him Wednesday. Thursday came, Friday, I'm still not hearing from him. So I'm starting to wonder what the bleep is going on, right? I'm like, later Ben came. I'm like, dude, it's been a few days now. I haven't heard from you. So I told my mom, and she's like, well, maybe he's waiting till, you guys are supposed to meet till Monday, right? So, just calm down, relax. He's probably trying to talk to you too much before the date, because, you get on the phone with somebody, you got chemistry with them, you get what's going on and what, kind of save some conversation for the date. So I had asked my male friend about it, and he's like, well, if I'm really into a woman, I would be making sure that I have some daily communication with her. And I was like, oh, I was like, well, I thought maybe he was trying to save, the conversation for the date more so. And he was like, you got a lot to learn, huh? I see. I like, oh damn, so I'm like, okay, so I was starting, and he was like, okay, this don't sound good. You haven't heard from him in a few days. I was like, oh god. And he's like, yes, this is a sign. I was like, oh god, so I started to kind of, we women, we got intuition, so we started to feel something in my gut that just something wasn't right in the water, and I knew something was going on. So I had heard from him. Hadn't heard from him. So I said Monday, okay, I'm gonna see if he contact me. He know I get off work at 2. Downstairs, I work at home. So I said 2 o'clock. I said if I don't hear from him Monday morning or about 3 o'clock, I'll make the call and see what's going on or text or something. And hey, we gonna see what's going on. So I hadn't heard from him at all. So I called him around like right before 3 o'clock, and I call him. This is a cell phone. This is a cell phone I'm calling, mind you. Busy signal. A busy signal. Who's ever heard of a busy signal on a cell phone? I thought that was only on landlines. So, excuse me, I get a busy signal. Busy signal. I called twice just to make sure. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Maybe I did. Okay, hold on. I give it another chance here. Hold on. Could be some kinks. Busy signal. Then I text him, no response. I'm like, okay, what happened to you? It's like he dropped all the face of the planet, basically. So essentially, got stood up, and it just was the craziest thing, I'm like, this is not this wasn't supposed to happen to me, so I mean, I've been kind of racking my brain like. I'm like, okay, why in the world, would he even go through this whole thing of kind of setting up this date and, like, oh, I look forward to seeing you and, kind of seeming really interested in me. And I thought it was something special because I had met him, years ago. And then, like, all of a sudden we kind of crossed paths again. So that's the only reason really why I thought it was something special. And, like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I thought maybe he might possibly be the one if everything worked out, And I don't know. I just feel like I kind of wasted my time because I put a lot of hope into it, And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have. So that was like the most awful part about it. I'm like, I think I put too much into it. And I know we women, we kind of, sometimes we kind of do that. We kind of build this guy up. We build him up to be everything. We shouldn't do that, in the beginning. That's like one of the biggest mistakes we make, is kind of putting a lot of hope and faith in the guys you really don't really know and he hasn't really proven himself, which is kind of something I've learned the hard way, clearly, So for me, I mean, it was kind of like, damn, again, this happened to me again. The only positive way, and I told like a lady in my job and older lady I talked to, and she said, "Don't worry." She said things like that happen all the time. That was just God's way of saying he has something better for you, and it wasn't meant to be. So he was just blocking that from happening. And she just woke me up, and I was feeling so bad. I felt like crap. I felt like garbage, and she just made me see it a whole different way. And I was like, yeah, you're right, And so I said, you know what? That's right. That's right. You know, that was this God protecting your heart before it could really get shattered. Yeah, this may bruise a little bit, but just think about what would have happened had we been sexual with each other, or, had things really went, too far. This could have been a lot worse. So whatever pain I feel could have been multiplied by 10,000, times worse. Had things really went somewhere. So maybe it was a reason why it didn't happen. So I try to think of it like that. I'm looking down my notes now just to make sure I don't miss anything. But yeah, I just got a little, I got a little overzealous with just being geeked out, because me, I'm like, and I think it's just like that, for a girl like myself, who um okay, for one thing, I didn't have that luxury of like talking to my dad like other girls growing up with their dads. I didn't grow up with mine, so I didn't get that luxury of talking to my dad about like, oh, how are men like, and this is what men do, and blah blah, and this is what not to do, and blah blah. I didn't have that luxury, so it's like, and I was talking to one of the young ladies that I met at the networking party actually, and she was saying that she had the same experience growing up, like she grew up with a single mom too, and so we connected on that level, and she's like, yeah, it's like every guy that you date or meet in your life, you're like, oh, is he the one? Because you don't really know what that love looks like. You have no idea what that looks like, and so when you don't have an example, what are you supposed to do? Like, you don't really know, So you kind of vulnerable. You kind of out here fishing around, and you're trying to figure out, and you're trying to navigate. And navigating is hard when you don't really have a roadmap. You're not exactly sure where you're going. You're just like, I'm trying to fish about, walk about, trying to, stumble my way about, and I just hope I land in the right place, So yeah, it can be rough, it can be a mother sucker, This love thing is a mother sucker, But it can be hard, it can be rough, but it all works out in the end. So clearly that didn't happen. It didn't happen for a reason. It wasn't meant to be, you know. But hey, he's a jackass. He's one of many jackasses I've encountered in my journey to love, journey to being a wife, So whatever, you know, whatever. She's still moving on. He didn't stop me. He just made me pause. My thing is, like, I feel like I wasted a smile, wasted happiness, wasted expectations on no one. So that's my thing. I feel like I lost that, but anyway, moving on. Anyway, I hope y'all like this video. Have y'all ever experienced this? I'm sure you have. If you have, you want to share, please drop it below. Let's be here for each other, support each other. But yeah, definitely share the video, comments below, thumbs up if you liked it, and I'm out of here. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening as usual.